let's watch this protest for a few minutes and I have for about 1 or 2 minutes and I have something to say about it.
Oui, Laurent, ils sont là-bas.
Qu'on interpelle Laurent Esso.
Qu'on interpelle Laurent Esso.
Qu'on auditionne Laurent Esso. Laurent Esso est co-commanditaire du crime de Martinez Zogo. Qu'on l'auditionne, qu'on l'interpelle. Peuple camerounais, levez-vous.
Levez-vous.
Nous ne pouvons pas avoir un ministre de la Justice qui est soupçonné de crime.
Jamais. Jamais.
Un ministre de la Justice soupçonné de crime ne peut pas être en fonction. Il doit démissionner ou il doit être démis de ses fonctions. Oui. Levez-vous. Levez-vous de tous les continents.
Okay, I want to hold those people here and come back to say what I wanted to say about this particular protest. My people, you see the number of people who were there, they are not above 20. I doubt if they haven't up to 20. But they didn't bother about the numbers. They bothered about one thing, the message they were anxious to pass. You recall the last time we had a protest that brought together hundreds of people in Washington, D.C. And some of us quietly sat down to disparage the numbers that came out there, that it was nothing, it did not show popularity, did not. I want to let each and every one of us bury this in our minds. Protests matter. Those messages, those placards, those billboards that you carry, they matter. Even if you are reduced to a minority of one in whatever country you are, you see a place where even standing alone, and I recall in the early days of this liberation movement, there was one gentleman who went out as a one-man army and stood out in the snow. He knew that standing in the snow with a placard in his hands will attract the attention of every passerby. Everybody driving by was talking to ask him, but what is going on? And he took that opportunity and explained to as many who drove by that road and saw him and stopped to ask questions. I'm bringing this here because I want you, wherever you are, to be motivated, to know that you don't need to be 10 of you, 20 of you before you can make an impact in this liberation movement. Don't limit yourself. Don't allow the lousy noise that comes from, the enemy's camps and from the infiltrators within our ranks to discourage you. Let me tell you, each and every one of us is extremely important in this liberation movement. Oh yes, I know. You are looking at me, you're asking yourself, oh my goodness, what is he talking about? What I'm saying is the truth. All the truth and nothing but the truth. You alone, in your own area in the United Arab Emirates, you alone in your own area in Bahrain, you alone in your own area, say in Hungary, you alone, wherever you are, 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, you can make an impact. Put yourself together. You can fundraise among yourselves and channel. Put yourself together. You can organize protests by yourself. Take videos of it like these people did and circulate on social media. Where you stand where people passing in that country will get this information. You don't know who sees. I don't know who begins to talk to their representative in the parliament of their country. We have seen British parliamentarians, although the British government has actually been, slow in acting like we've been expecting, but we have seen individual British parliamentarians rise to the occasion. We have seen US senators, individual ones, although the United States has really been proactive in so many respects, rise to the occasion. We have seen even a French parliamentarian, Sébastien Nadeau, rise to the occasion. This tells you, my people of Ambazonian, that wherever you are and whatever you do can create the desired impact, the impact we need to move this liberation movement forward. So therefore, don't hesitate anytime you have the opportunity to do something. Don't minimize yourself. Don't let the game of numbers ding you over. Let's take a little break and we'll come back, we'll delve into more serious issues. Welcome back, my people. Before I make a move again, I really want to take this opportunity first to thank heartily and congratulate all of you who have finally risen to the occasion and are contributing feverishly for the scheme I launched a few days ago for us to protect the communications of our brave hearts. At the moment I'm talking to you, several truckloads of La République du Cameroon soldiers are heading towards Bui County. A good lot of them have already come towards around Gokotunja. Quite a number of others are heading towards Bafut. They are going to go, they will get their turnaround, and then they will drop a lot of their talks to disappear and stay in the bushes and wait for information on the tracking of the communications of our brave hearts to identify where they are to go after them. Today, just today, about 2 of our brave hearts were picked up in Pinyin because of the tracking that I've been talking about. This is how important this particular project is. I want to congratulate one of our brethren, a very brave Ambazonian, who listened to an audio sent out by someone I would simply call a detractor. He sent out an audio saying that Mba Akura and others are planning to steal their victories when they draft and go out there by the end of April and start acting all the talks about the tough of fundraising because of planning to steal their victories and even raising money for someone who is dead. I could hear the voice of this gentleman who tells you he is an Ambazonian activist, that he belongs to one of our liberation movements, literally talking and celebrating and claiming that our brave heart No Pity died since October last year. You know as well as I do that La République du Cameroon has been trying to send out this propaganda and is spreading everywhere using my country people and all not, claiming that Braveheart No Pity has passed, and that's not true. I told you here it is not true. Braveheart No Pity is not that chicken that will be moved so quickly to want to run to social media to say, oh no, they are lying, I'm here. How many times have they announced to us that he has been taken out? And listen, if you are doubting, I will show you one image that will embarrass you to tell you how much the same La République du Cameroon that is deceiving some of our brave hearts in places through the people in the DDRs to tell them that a whole mighty No Pity has been brought down, you are not safe. Drop your stick and come over into the DDR. Oh yes, the same La République which is saying that is sending assault teams everywhere to look for the same No Pity that they are supposed to have killed, not only in October of last year, but even in January of this year or in early February of this year. However, after listening to that lousy audio, one of our very brave comrades reached out to me because I gave my telephone number here. And this is what he said. Mr. Akuro, I have listened to you with rapt attention all these days. I've heard the urgency of the action we need to take in your voice. And my mind was already hardened, but I have decided not only to come back, but to make a 360-degree turn. And he offered to buy all by himself the satellite phone of Braveheart No Pity at the cost of $1,400. And this is what he said, that he would do everything for that particular phone to be delivered to me right here so that I present it to you before it is sent. And he gave me the timeline of between the 10th and 15th of the month of March. That's in a few weeks only. He will personally spend $1,400 to buy that phone. He alone, him alone, because of the appeal. I've said here 1,001 times, I'm very proud of my people of Ambazonia. Extremely proud of our brave warriors of this liberation movement. Because I know that even when La République Cameroon begins to celebrate, that they have set doubt so much in our minds to the point where we cannot do anything, we manage to rise back to the occasion and teach La République du Cameroon that as a people we know what we want and we know where we are headed. That is the spirit. If you have not yet contributed, because so many people have already contributed, quite a lot of people are contributing. Those phones, one of them, they cost between $1,380 to $2,550. We don't want to be too ambitious as to go for the most expensive ones. We are taking the ones that are $1,380, which means that the size of the purse is about $15,000. Because when we get them, we will subscribe and we will deliver them. My people of Ambazonian, these are self-defense tools. Therefore, don't hesitate to make your contribution. Contribute to Amber Relief 2018 at gmail.com. Amber Relief is AMBARELIEF 2018 at gmail.com. I will tag this as the first message or as the first comment on the comment section by the time I'm done with this live show, and pin it there. So if you want to contribute, you will take Zelle and you also take PayPal. My people of Ambazonia, I heard someone reach out and said, "Oh, Mr. Akuro, why didn't you even have the mind to tell No Pity before he passed that he should record some voice thing and leave for you to stay behind and use in deceiving people before you come to you came to say this?" Another one suggested, "Tell Braveheart No Pity to send at least a voice note so you can put it on and let people know that he is actually the one talking." Listen, my people, I'm convinced that we all know the manner of approach of our Bravehearts. It is not at this time that we will want to put them in harm's way when they are seated, preparing, taking, a step behind to take a much determined leap forward to deliver all this country that we want to free. Listen, my brethren, it is important for us to be part of this movement. So, La République du Cameroun, so convinced and telling people that they had already finished with Braveheart No Pity, even since October, since January, since February, for the same person. 2 days ago, they attacked Mbingo Hospital. Watch.
Ambe, no makaya. Ha. Ambe, no makaya mweke. Uloga mobile no asimi na sengono. Koko. Yes. I tell you.
So my people, as you can see, these are houses around the Mbingo Hospital, because La République du Cameroun stormed the Mbingo Hospital 2 days ago on claims that they had heard, that they had received intelligence that Braveheart foot soldier No Pity was there receiving treatment from bullet wounds he sustained when they attacked. The same No Pity, that same one, not another one, that same No Pity, that someone in this liberation movement is so excited to announce that past since October. That same No Pity that they are moving around and claiming in the various camps and claiming for at the DDR centers and telling our boys that that same No Pity had already been brought down. But it's the same No Pity that they were chasing 2 days ago. Listen, my people, a legend is a legend.